Hi, I'm Jamie. This is Tradespotting. GME AMC quick update now that markets have opened ahead of the live stream, 3 hours from close. Let's get into the charts. Starting on the 15-minute time frame, we can see that the opening range, that's the price range from the first 15 minutes or 30 minutes of price action during the day, took us from 150 up to 164, and we broke out of this inverted head and shoulders exactly as I said we would do. We came up and we did a close, a number of them above the 236 Fibonacci, $156.50. That sort of area is important. Follow along. This stuff you're learning, right? Overall, where did price action get to? When we look at it on the charts here, we can say it didn't manage to break above our previous support and resistance. It's very good that it's up here. It's hit the 382 above that 236. We can see that this other Fibonacci will take over should we get up to 172. That's quite an ambitious place to aim for because of that opening range being as it is. And although we have a degree of volume here, we can also say that the average true range, it's now increased to a certain degree. That'll mean that people come in, they try to exploit the volatility. It'll make further price moves perhaps harder. But should we then break important supports and resistance, prices might jump quite a lot. So that's something to look out for in the rest of price action. Today, go up, you can see in the 30 minutes, you got a good signal there on your MACD telling you to buy. You also had a very strong positive uptrend here represented in DMI, and the RSI absolutely fantastic here in the shorter term time frames of 30 minutes. Price action again looks healthy. You're above the 200 period moving average. You've put in opening closes and retested this 236 zone. This is very positive and touching off resistance above. I like to see it on the 1 hour. You can see more of the same story there. Really good confirmation to see the DI plus above 38 there on Rocky Outcrops DMI at the same time as seeing a positive turn on the ADX. That's fantastic news. The volume again picking up here. That's very good to see that consistent. And it may be that prices come up and getting around this 200 period moving average above us. That's a little bit of a ceiling. It's also where the 0.5 Fibonacci is. And then you can see how these stair steps work on the different time frames. Down there on the hourly, you can see what is even clearer when we click on the 4 hour on the RSI, and you can see this is a swing failure. That's when low, low, lower, low. The low on the RSI, low, low, higher low, it's failed. This is indication of the end of the trend, the end of the downtrend. Literally nobody on YouTube talks about this properly, understands what a swing failure is, apart from Rocky Outcrop. I'd urge you to watch his videos. If you're not doing, you're missing out. Then what do we see here? Well, on the 4 hour, you've got that positive move from the inverted head and shoulders. Again, if you got any more on it, we've got 60%. That's all you can expect touching this diagonal line here. We've got it's a very long-term diagonal. That one, it makes some difference if you could open close above that on a 4 hour. You've also got the 50 period moving average there. It's likely that this thing has got more stages to go in this move, but you'll have to judge that on a daily close. And so going up to the daily time frame, you can see yes, we actually are still in the doldrums when it comes to volume. We've still got plenty of time to go, but not changing anybody's any trend here, not changing anybody's mind with regards to that. Looking at that, it's not exciting. Then you go down the MACD, you can see that signature we talked about here, the 1, 2, 3 touches, the third divergence being your new low on price action. As you can see here, that's what we got when we called 131. We got something similar in when we called 112. And now we're getting a similar picture here. This is the MACD signal that you wanted, as well as it coming through with the positive cross. I said this would sneak around. I said you'd get touches back and forth, and then it'll move up. Again, there'll be stair steps, and when it itself reaches the center line, we'll see where prices are, and it may well be that at that point they're at the top of their short-term resistance on the downtrend. And where might that be? Well, above us at 175, 176, 177, those sort of areas are interesting. I know that the Elliott wave guys talk about 162 to 167, and that's fine. It's just in this instance, and it doesn't always work, guys, Elliott wave. And judging it in the middle of the trend is difficult. I empathize. But my advice would be that the support and resistance at these levels that are important, regardless of what happens in any little move, the definitive areas will be 156. If we can maintain that and stay there above the rest of the day, very positive. Above then 172, and then 187. Opening closing above 187, then you're pushing up 192, the 618 on this whole overall move back down $200. That's where you'd be looking to. And if you can get there by the end of the week, all well and good. Does it have to happen? Who knows? Tune in to the live streams. I'll be covering it right up to and including market close. Thanks for tuning in to the GME side of the story. Now let's flick over quickly to AMC. Go back down to the smaller time frames. Click that auto button, take off these extra hours. So today, actually, let's keep that on and start with talk about how opening range, you've had both downwards and upward price action. In 15 minutes, you've tested the 200 period. That's a higher low. You're also above the 50. That's positive after this golden cross. I know it's not really a golden cross. It's a 15-minute time frame, but shit in hell, I mean, it looks good. I like it. That's what you call it in other time frames. So let's be positive. Then you're holding also on this. Have I got the 8 period moving on? If I do, that's good news. If it's the 20, still not bad. Let me see here. Which moving average is the yellow one? Could you please just give me it? It's ruining this quick clip. Not interested. Right, this way. 21. Sheesh. Well, probably just underneath the 8. Let's see. Okay, above it too. Great. And then we'll keep this on and go through the time frames. This is a very bullish move. This looks like a pennant at the top of here. You're below this support and resistance on the left here. I can see that that'll be interesting at 34.48. You get above there positive. You've got this other true level of support and resistance at 35. We wicked there once to see it again with a body close above that area at 34.45. Very positive for AMC. This is just talking about the 15-minute time frame. Let's get the indicators up. Let's turn off the after hours. You can see positive move on the RSI again. It's recovered the exponential. It's on exponential. It's moving now back into the oversold zone, having accumulated just outside it, not even having really got down to test the center line there. That's very positive, even though it's a 15 minutes. You can see that you had the dominant trend was the upside with the DI plus there. You can also see a positive slope and a positive splay on Rocky Outcrop DMI. ADX moving up above the center line. If it goes up and pushes towards the 38 as AMC is going up, then you can forget about testing lower. This is going to start breaking important levels until such times as it breaks the 200 period moving average, and it would have been to necessitate a 4-hour open and close above 35 and change. You can't really say that anything exciting has happened yet. It's just that it looks to be filling the jets. Whether or not that means it does a little bit of extra fueling down slightly lower isn't really the point. And what you really want to identify to be good at trading is to be able to buy ahead of moves. You don't need to get every single second on the trade, every dollar and cent on the trade. But if you're at least on the right side of it and at the right time, then over a period of time, you'll get rich. And if you're holding AMC, then it's likely that's going to happen whenever. And this is not financial advice. 1 hour chart, you can see you've got again similar to GME, an inverted head and shoulders. It's not yet broken out of that or made any of the measured moves. Should it do so, it could be fantastic. Your support and resistance, though, again, are the same levels. It's obvious now when you see the hourlies. When you look left and you see previous retests, previously caught below where the congestion came in here, where you managed to put in another inverted head and shoulders. When that worked out, look at the size of the move you got on that one. From its low to its high, that was a rise of 40% in the price. You could see something similar coming in if this thing breaks out. Takes you up to the 200 period on the hourly. That's at $40 and change. That would be a successful move out of here. You'd have to break 3 levels of horizontals. One I've already mentioned. The next one's at 37.80 or so, and they'd be touching up at around $40 when that happened. That's an important level. To see it break out of that at this stage, I'd be very surprised about. Would I be surprised to see there and then still come lower? No, that would be a lower high. That would still be, in the context of this time frame, part of a downtrend, but you've seen positive inflection. You've got bullish divergence. You've got a potential bullish formation. It's a reversal pattern. It looks good. Then we'll go up to the 4 hour, and you can see you're within this Channel here, is it a channel? Who knows? It looks more like a bull flag to me. I've been saying it for a while, but these can only go on so long. One of the positive things about it is on the 4 hour, you've touched this 200 period moving average. You've come in at around 28.97. Before we got there, I said it was possible. I said when we were there, it's close enough. Close enough is near enough. That could be the bottom. There is a chance it goes down again. There's a gap at 25 and change. It's nothing confirmed, and you put in higher highs, and even a slightly lower high here isn't bad because this looks like a bull flag. If it works out properly, the measured move on it could be anything from up to around $100 if you get in there more accurately and you do Fibonacci extensions and you look about the different weight momentums over time, and you look at this asset and how it's performed, you understand the market participants, as I do, hi, how's it going, then you'll see that it actually be more accurate to probably say $97. But then again, it's a zone and the top side's around 107, and then the next stage beyond that's 137. But does any of that happen? Who knows? Tune in to Tradespotting, where I cover this stuff. I used to work for a big bank. I know how to do this. I've been doing it for 20 years. It's how I pay all my bills. That's not as to say that I sell AMC or GME. I don't. I've got diamond hands. I've been in this for months and months and months. In fact, since the tail end of last year. I care about this. I care about you. Tune in for some more of this live in a couple of hours on Tradespotting. Thanks very much for watching.